For the last 9 months, you've been saucing your face off, improving all your lifts, crushing it in the gym, hitting PR after PR, and then you got your blood work done. And all of a sudden, things don't look so rosy. What are you going to do after you've been popping Anavar like M&Ms for the better part of 9 months? Well, look no further than this video. I'm Adam with Anabolic Climbing, and today we're going to talk about everything I'm going to be doing to get everything back in order for this particular health phase after 9 months of being on the Suzzle. So, if you like this kind of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm. Every bit helps, and let's jump into it. So, the first thing I'm going to do, and I've been doing this entire time, is increasing my overall intake of fiber. So if you guys remember, there were 3 particular markers that I had that needed to be addressed, and I'm going to go over the vectors for all of them, both in terms of letting you guys know what I'm doing to take care of my health, but also if you're taking some of the practices that I'm doing and you plan on messing around with things other than testosterone or growth hormone, you need to keep some of these supplements and habits in mind so that you can both extend your duration of being able to take these compounds and also being able to improve your health markers as they begin to flare up, because you can't be on the sauce forever without taking some sort of a health hit. So the 3 things I'm worried about are my HDL, which got really, really low, my AST, LST, which have been raised dramatically, those are liver markers, and also my red blood cell count. So really quick, the Anavar is going to hit my liver and my cholesterol. Masteron is going to do the same. And really using any exogenous anabolics is going to raise your red blood cell count. If you guys remember, mine started at about 42%, and I'm currently at 49.7%, so nearly at a 50-50 ratio. And given that I have a history of blood clots with the family, it's something I'm going to need to take care of. So, first thing to raise my HDL. Well, take no further look than fiber. I am a huge fan of oats for breakfast. I also love those Carb Smart tortillas that have like 17 to 30 grams of fiber. Those things are crazy. Really easy to just throw those in, make myself a quesadilla. Easily get 40 to 50 grams of fiber a day. Both helps keep you regular and also raises some HDL. Also, one of the things that I was struggling with for probably 5 years was high LDL. And the reason my LDL was able to go down despite taking multiple compounds that cause dyslipidemia, which would be lowering my HDL and raising my LDL, is because of this guy right here, ezetimibe. So ezetimibe is an awesome medication that you can ask your doctor for, or potentially go through like your TellerX or your AlgoX or any of these online pharmacies to lower your LDL. So if your LDL is above 100, it's probably a decent idea to either reach out to your specific doctor or go online and try to lower it lower than 90, which is going to do a lot in terms of helping with poor blood pressure and keeping your ApoB in line. Typically, LDL is going to drop between 15 to 27% if you're taking ezetimibe, and it's definitely a less intensive option from like a statin, which you could do if things really start getting out of hand, in which case I definitely say ask your doctor. But ezetimibe and statins are medications that have been used for decades, widely prescribed, super safe, and ezetimibe is mostly side effect free. Again, consult your blood work, consult your doctor, but I have been trying to get my LDL lowered naturally for the last 5 years, made no luck. 2 or 3 months on ezetimibe, boom. Everything is exactly where I want it. So that sort of leaves what am I going to do next for my HDL. And I'm going to be popping fish oil like it is going out of style. I am aiming for really 3 to 6 grams of omega-3s a day. Omega-3s are, and really you can also do this with avocado, you can do this with fish oil. There's no shortage of healthy fats. I think you could do this with Brazilian nuts as well, to basically help raise your HDL, improve your protection for cardiovascular disease. And I'm really just trying to take as much as I can because my HDL has probably dropped 10 to 15 points since starting these experiments. Obviously got great gains, but I don't really want to go back on the Anavar until I'm able to get my HDL a bit more stable. So then I kind of want to move on to the liver support. And NAC or injectable glutathione is a great way to get that going. N-acetyl or N-acetyl, I'm just going to call it NAC for short. It's definitely one of those longer words. But this or injectable glutathione have been shown in multiple studies to both help with antioxidants, liver repair, and detoxification support. So if you're a heavy drinker or you really hit the orals hard, this is probably something that you should be running constantly and not just using on the cleanup after. I've been running NAC for as long as I've been running the Anavar. And the same thing could be said for the fish oil. The same could be said for the next compound I'm going to mention. But I really like these compounds both in terms of getting a hold of it and it helping your liver function after the fact, but also letting me stay on the Anavar longer. It could very reasonably be estimated that if I was not taking the fish oil, was not taking the NAC, wasn't taking the ezetimibe, that I would have had to cut this cycle short by maybe 2, 3, 4 months. So definitely something that I use constantly to improve my liver health. One of the next things that is a little more experimental is milk thistle. This was really common from the bro science folks, really from like the 80s and 90s on. And even though there's really good research in vitro and in animal studies to show that it has antioxidant properties, has some liver protective impacts, the human data is kind of thin. It definitely is okay for, like, it's easy to extrapolate, but all the studies' methodologies is like kind of inconsistent, and it's not something that based off of the data we can confirm. But I'm also pulling out all the stops personally to try to get my liver as healthy as possible. And if this is another vector that I can use to have a healthier liver, I'm going to take it. On the other hand, though, that's not the case for TUDCA, which has repeatedly shown to have positive impacts for liver health and also with NAFLD. If you have a high-protein diet for years, the likelihood of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is pretty elevated. I think like 1 in 3 Americans has it and don't know it. So really just using the TUDCA to help with the gut inflammation, with some of the liver stress that's going to come from running orals chronically, it's definitely a solid idea to include. I've been running TUDCA literally from day one since running the Anavar. And yeah, I think that's largely how we've been able to get away with it for as long as we have. I'm going to be upping my doses of my TUDCA, my NAC, my fish oil, really everything for the rebound phase to see how quickly I could get my HDL and my AST back in order. But that's 2 out of the 3 things fixed that I'm going to be aiming for. And the last is lowering my red blood cell count. And for that, it's time to donate some blood. I mentioned that I have a history of blood clots in the family. I have a genetic predisposition for it. So if I'm going to have chronically elevated red blood cell counts from leveraging the testosterone, and also really all anabolics are going to raise your red blood cell count, even though that absolutely helps with your oxygen carrying capacity, it would give you more endurance on the wall. It's a double-edged sword, and even though humans can pretty comfortably stay at like a 50-50 red to white ratio and do it pretty safely, anything above that starts getting really hectic for blood pressure and raising your likelihood of blood clots. So you can go down to your Red Cross or your local blood bank, show them your veins, say, hey, I got something for you. And if you do that every 1 to 2 months, you're both going to be able to give some awesome blood to someone that needs it and also keep yourself healthy. So definitely a baller move that you should do. And if you donate platelets, they'll even kick you cash for it, which also not terrible. You could use that to invest in more supplements to recover from the drugs you took, or, you know, not medical advice, but if you want to throw that into your PED fund, you do you, bro. But I think that's kind of the high strokes of everything I'm getting into. I don't think I'll be testing some injectable glutathione, mostly because I've never pinned myself intravenous, and that seems really hectic. And I don't want to find a clinic that's going to do it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but right now that's not really on the agenda. All that is on the agenda is rest, good food. I'm taking a couple weeks of just chilling, because literally everything is inflamed from my fingers to my forearms to my bicep tendons. And, you know, I love climbing. I don't just love PEDs. And I got to take my little niece to the gym today and belay her, and she's the best. And, you know, after that I messed around on like a couple of super chill boulders. And honestly, this is the first time in like a few months where things just didn't hurt when I was moving. So I'm going to need another couple days to just get the rest and recover all the tendons from all the systemic inflammation, but definitely know that I'm on the right track for this. And when it comes time to kick back into gear for training, it's going to be really good. I'm definitely glad I'm taking some downtime. I'm still going to be lifting. I'm still going to be climbing. I'm just dialing down the intensity pretty dramatically. But I'm telling you guys, after November, like after Thanksgiving, we're going to mutate again, and it's going to be super fun. Until then, I'm just going to be focusing on a lot of educational content and try to bring some comedy into this and not just keep it super educational and super vanilla. Anyway, if you guys like this kind of content and you stuck around this long, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys. So I'm going to give you a front double on the way out. I am Adam with Anabolic Climbing, wishing you guys good luck and happy sending. I'll see you in the next one, and take care. Cheers.